Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Saturday, March 25th. I'm meteorologist Kevin Smith here at the National Weather Service office in Pocatello. Taking a look at the next 5 days or so, if you like the snow, we generally have good news for you. If you're absolutely tired of winter, we do not. Very active weather pattern continues across all of the Pacific Northwest, and that's going to translate into an active weekend for us here in Southeast Idaho. Big trough of low pressure sitting right over our forecast area will bring additional rounds of snow showers throughout both today and Sunday. High confidence with colder temperatures supporting all snow for this round, so no issues with rain mixing in and probably not going to see a terrible amount of snow melt. So that's good news on the flooding front. Nothing crippling in general, but with these rounds of snowfall continuing throughout the weekend, do plan for slick road conditions if you will be traveling anywhere across the Southeast Idaho region. We will see a break. It's not going to last long, but it's there. Break in the action forecast for most of our area late Sunday night and Monday. Should shut down most of that snowfall before another storm moves in and we see snow showers return to the forecast starting Tuesday, possibly lasting into Wednesday, if not Thursday, for the upcoming week. So breaking this all down by geographic area and day here for our 5-day weather risk outlook. Very easy to see where those storms are. Your storm number one, your weekend storm system that's impacting us here today into Sunday. Generally minor to moderate impacts depending on where you are. There's going to be a little bit of wind still mixed into this, particularly this morning for quite a bit of the region, pretty much everyone outside the Central Mountains. So a little bit of blowing and drifting still going on there and just widespread snow showers. Generally, we're going to see the heaviest snow shower activity today favoring areas east of I-15. So that'll be the southeast and northeast highland regions here. But also, as we get into later this afternoon and this evening, up into Lemhi County and portions of the South Hills as well. As we go into tonight and Sunday, we'll see those heaviest snow showers, those heaviest areas of snow accumulation continuing across the Island Park region, but also kind of expanding and intensifying a little bit up across our northern areas. So the Lost River area, not so much in the valley floor per se, but definitely in the mountain ranges up that way. Also up into the Sawtooth area in Lemhi County. Pretty much all of the mountains north of the Snake Plain picking up on some of the greatest activity. But again, snow showers for everyone. Hit and miss, on and off activity, creating some slick road conditions here for both Saturday and Sunday. Here's your break for Monday. We can't rule out a few light snow showers in some of our mountain areas. But for most of you, fairly low impact, quiet day, not a lot of activity out there before system number 2 moves into the region here for Tuesday and Wednesday, if not beyond. Right now, we're holding with generally minor impacts in the form of some slick road conditions with this next round of snow, but we'll certainly be monitoring trends in the accumulation forecast to see how this storm stacks up to all of the others that we've had lately across the region. As you're waking up and heading out this morning, possibly for some travel or some recreation here this Saturday, pretty cold out there. We've had a cold front move through the region, seeing low temperatures this morning generally in the teens for most of you. Some 20s here from the Eastern Magic Valley over to Pocatello. Here at the airport, we're sitting at 25 so far, so very close to our low temperature. Some single digits in the normally colder spots up here in the Central Mountains, such as Copper Basin and Stanley as you head out. Satellite loop, not much to really talk about here other than you can see those clouds with the ongoing low pressure system, the ongoing snowfall that many are seeing this morning. But particularly in eastern Idaho, not so much as you head down towards south central Idaho. We're talking places like the Eastern Magic Valley this morning, actually seeing some breaks in the clouds and not much going on. A lot of that snow, again, favoring areas to the east of I-15 for much of the day today. You can see that on the webcams here, courtesy of Idaho Transportation Department's website. This is US 20 up near Thornton, seeing some light snow early this morning and a little bit of accumulation there on US 20. You can see the snow flying as well down towards Swan Lake on US 91. Again, not terribly heavy, but it doesn't take much, of course, to create some slick road conditions. We mentioned the wind, and you toss some of those wind gusts in on top of some of that snowfall, falling, we do have a couple ongoing highway closures to talk about early this morning. Highway 32 from near Ashton stretching down to Teutonia remains closed. Also, Highway 33 here from the Newdale area east to Teutonia. So highways in and out of the northern end of the Teton Valley as of early this morning remain closed due to the combination of snow and wind. Keep in mind that we try to share this information as best we can, particularly on our social media, but we are not the source. For the latest and greatest information on road conditions and closures, we do encourage you to consult 511.idaho.gov or the Idaho 511 app, as ITD will have the latest information for you there. We've reworked our watches, warnings, and advisories this morning, kind of setting us up for the weekend expectations here. We do have these purple areas under winter weather advisories for various time frames today into Sunday. So that includes the mountain ranges here across at least eastern portions of the Central Mountains, up across much of Clark County, particularly north of Du Bois. Going to see some of the higher accumulations, and then stretching across the Island Park region. Continue those advisories here into the Teton Valley and Big Holes as well. That's mostly for today. We may be able to drop those at some point as, again, that accumulations shift northward as we go into tonight and Sunday. And also for today, continuing with a winter weather advisory down here at Emigration Summit and the Bear River Range, and certainly some snow showers and slick spots outside of this as well. So taking a look at that snowfall that we talked about for this weekend, these are total numbers, total brand new snowfall that we're expecting today and Sunday. This is all of this first storm over the next 48 hours or so. Everyone across southeast Idaho seeing an inch or more of new activity out of this. You can see over here in the east, some pretty good accumulations here from the Island Park area, portions of Fremont County, particularly Ashton northward, wrapping into the Big Hole Mountains. Island Park, you're going to be going for both days. Big Holes, a lot of this falling today, a little bit lighter as we head into Sunday. Certainly some peaks down here across the south, generally above pass level, picking up on 6 inches or more. That's the yellow shading or better of new accumulation. And you can see this emphasis across the north as well over the course of the 2 days, particularly tonight into Sunday up here, where we'll see quite a few areas picking up 3 to 6, 3 to 7 inches, but certainly some higher totals here up near the mountain peaks if you have plans to head into the backcountry. So that's what we're looking at there for snowfall amounts. High temperatures today here on the left, tomorrow, Sunday here on the right. You can see certainly cold enough to support snow just about everywhere, even with some of these mid-30s creeping into places like Shoshone and Jerome over to Minidoka, American Falls. Just not quite warm enough to cut it for switching any of this precipitation over to rain. Even if we do have an hour or two during the afternoon that makes it up to 36, we'll see these temperatures drop very quickly, just a couple degrees if we do get snow shower activity moving in. So all snow expected across the region both days. We mentioned again the wind. Really, we're peaked right now. If you're waking up this morning or it's anywhere close to daybreak, you may be experiencing some of these gusts getting up to about 30 to 40 miles an hour here, draining over Monida Pass and coming out of Lemhi County as well, out of the northwest, and also quite breezy down here across the eastern Magic Valley down into the Raft River region, where we're seeing gusts over 40 miles an hour. All of these winds will slowly decrease this morning, and by the time we get into this afternoon, most areas are going to be gusting to 20 or less. So for road crews who are dealing with some struggles this morning for highways, even up here in the northeast where the highways are closed and we're still seeing gusts over 20, 25 miles an hour this morning, improving conditions on the wind side of things as we go over the course of the day. So that's good news, although again, we'll see continued snow shower activity throughout the weekend. Always have to touch on safety. Remember, the single biggest thing you can do when there's snow falling on the roadways is just slow down. Be sure to clean your vehicle off before heading out and driving. Use extra caution. Slow down those highway speeds when there's snow on the road. Try not to use cruise control. Really good tips for trying to be safe out there and not slide off the road. Leave extra distance between you and other vehicles. Plan a little extra time to reach your destination. It'll take the edge off any worries there. High temperatures on Monday. Again, this is break day. Most of you not seeing any impactful weather on Monday. We'll see the temperatures start to creep up just a little bit, still below freezing, unless you're here in the eastern Magic Valley, possibly as far east as American Falls and Pocatello, inching above freezing. That warming trend continues Tuesday, although we start to bring snow back into the picture. And by Wednesday, there's quite a few areas here. Our model's currently forecasting highs to get to about 35 to 43 or so for many lower elevation population centers. And we're kind of on the edge here as to whether or not we'll be able to mix any rain in with the snow down here at lower elevations. Right now, most of the models favor snow, but looking at these readings, I may see some mixed precipitation types. We'll have to keep an eye on that here for our next round moving in, again, Tuesday and Wednesday. Finally, we'll wrap up with how's our water supply doing. So here's an update on the total snow water equivalent. That's how much moisture, how much water is locked into that mountain snowpack across our various ranges. Anywhere where you see green, that's about normal. That's within 10 percentage points of where we should be for this time of year. But look at all the basins, all the different mountain ranges here down across southeast Idaho where we're in these various shades of blue. We're running anywhere from about 115% to as high as even 170% just about here to the east of Pocatello of where we should be. That means a lot more water trapped in that snowpack than we see normally for this time of year based on climatology. Very good for our water supply, but something we're watching very closely as far as flooding. We'll have to see how this water comes off, how our melting goes this spring. Is it going to come off nice and slow? Is it going to warm up and come off very quickly and cause some flooding issues for us? Lots to monitor and sort out there as we head into the spring. Drought, though, is improving. It's a very slow process. So if you look at the general shading here down across the region, there's a few spots that are into yellow, abnormally dry, still parts of Lemhi County, severe drought. But for the most part, we're in this light orange, moderate drought shading. And that is a much better place than where we were just a month or two ago. All of this water and snowpack building up in the mountains certainly helping a lot to back our drought off and bring our drought down from where we've been for the last year or two. So continuing to see good news there as we continue to build up that mountain snowpack. And that's a look at the next 5 days. Again, as always, feel free to reach out to us here at the office with questions, comments, concerns, any support that you may need here for the weekend going into next week. Our email address, phone number, our website, all listed here. You can also connect with us on Facebook and Twitter as well. Everyone have a great and safe weekend.